University athletics program. They've got a good record, 5-3 for St. John's, a 3-5 record on the season for Hamilton. Hamilton starting the same five as last time out, a victory against Utica University. Morgan and Singh in the backcourt for Hamilton as we're underway here at the Scott Fieldhouse. I'm Arnav Pokral. I'm joined by Milo Trabulsi right next to me. And Milo, what are you expecting from today's matchup?
You know, this is going to be an interesting matchup, right? Fischer's kind of a high-powered offense, and you know Hamilton's defense with Morgan and Singh back there is strong as well. So we're looking at a good matchup.
Dan Cook gets the scoring started for St. John's. Fischer, the grad student forward from Pittsburgh, Mendon, New York, puts 2 on the board for St. John's. Quick three the other way, off the back iron from Teja Singh. And that one will run out of play.
Again, Singh extremely dangerous from behind the arc, and we're going to be seeing a lot of plays going to kind of set that up today.
Yeah, Singh's over.
Yeah, you know it's interesting because Hank Morgan and Teja Singh, two of their biggest, most notable returners, and we've got some new faces on the team, and I think that dynamicism kind of the new players could bring an element of kind of surprise to Fischer.
St. John's Fischer inbounds after the miss from Singh. Taking up the court is Cole Thompson. Hands off to Dan Cook, and Cook driving down the lane again, gets fouled, and will head to the charity stripe. And it right now looks like the offense is just running through Dan Cook. He's on the season over a 50% shooter from the floor. He's 27% from three, averages about 20 points per game.
Cook, a big kid, a graduate student, clearly has a lot of experience, and he's not afraid to show it right now.
Misses the first one from the stripe, from the charity stripe this year, 31 of 44, 70%. So he's leaving a little bit to be desired from the free throw line. But he'll go 1 for 2. It's a 3-0 lead for the Cardinals. Both teams showing pressure early on. We saw it from Hamilton on the last St. John's Fischer possession. This time St. John's Fischer showing some high press, and it's an early shot taken, miss. Rebound goes in.
Garbage man, Jalen Reese. An incredible offensive rebound, and those are the type of gritty plays that you want to make as an offense.
And Reese, just a freshman, standing 6'5" from Guilford, New Hampshire. Been a big part of this team after coming in his first year for Hamilton. Consistent starter for the Continentals. 3 from the corner is good. Jack Foley hits the grad student from the left corner. And the scoreboard still hasn't moved since the initial change. It's 6-0 here inside the Scott Fieldhouse. Scoreboard issues plaguing the Scott Fieldhouse on a day where we've got a court ceremony after the game, as there's a little fade away from Teja Singh.
Teja Singh, the left hand off the roll, and he's automatic in those kind of danger areas, so you're going to have to get in his face if you don't want him to make that shot.
6-2 the score now inside of the Scott Fieldhouse. As still waiting to see if the scoreboard can get fixed here. Got the right time, under 18 to go in the half. 3 from the outside off the front iron. Teja Singh comes up with the board. Moving quickly, Hank Morgan for 3, and 2 early three-pointers missed by the Continentals, leaving a little bit to be desired early on. Pass down low, little layup, a reverse layup down low for Dan Cook, and again, he continues to add to his tally.
Yeah, that's going to be easy for Cook. So open, so much time and room, and he's not going to miss that shot.
So early on, it's 8-4 for Hamilton. Teja Singh's got 2, Jalen Reese has 2. There's Hank Morgan kicking out to Singh for 3 again. This time it falls nothing but net for Teja Singh, and the junior makes it 8-7. So Hamilton keeping it close early on, and once again, referees stop the clock and take an official time going on.
Absolutely.
Down low as Dan Cook will head back and take the inbound for the Cardinals. Once again, Hamilton moving forward, showing press, wanting to put this Cardinal side into a little bit of an uncomfortable situation early on. Now Hamilton will back off a little bit, and Teja Singh in the defense on Cole Thompson. Out to Cook. Cook backs out, and he'll lose out on the ball. It'll be recovered by McRoy. Here's Brendan McRoy, the pull-up. Long 2 won't go, and Hamilton comes up with a rebound from Christian McDaniel. Hamilton going the other way. Out to the corner. Singh for 3, just off the front iron. Another good look for Teja Singh. He's 1 for 3 early on. So staying about consistent with his season average, just needs a couple more of those to fall. Spin move down low. Cook floater, no good. And that one will go out of play.
Yeah, Cook is looking to take that ball to the net, and we don't want to let him get cooking here at Hamilton College.
Well, Singh's got 5. Daniel Cook's got 5. They're the 2 leading scorers for each side. And it's a 1-point deficit. 8-3 in favor of St. John's Fisher. 16.5 to go in the first half. Kick out wide to Kane. Kane held up. Double team now coming. Back out to Kane from the corner. And the big man hits. 3-pointer for Owen Kane. And Hamilton takes its first lead of the day.
I'll tell you what, for a big guy, Owen Kane is smooth with that ball. And we've seen in his previous years, he can shoot.
Looking to answer. Here's Foley for 3, and he's got it. And St. John's Fisher reclaiming that lead. It's 11-10.
Number 3, Foley, hits the 3, and they're looking for that corner shot.
Yeah, the St. John's Fisher team working well off the ball, and Hamilton needs to keep up on the defensive side if they want to keep this Cardinals side at bay. Here's Singh running the floor. Spinning down low in the paint. We'll kick it out. Pump fake on the far side from McDaniels. He's down low looking for Kane. Pass is deflected and taken away by the Cardinals. St. John's Fisher the other way. Here's Foley after just hitting that 3. Drives down low. Layup is in off the high glass and down. 13-10 Cardinals.
Strong take from Foley there.
Singh moving quickly. Pull up from the free throw line, and he gets it to fall. Well, Teja Singh's just playing with some energy right now that can't be matched by the St. John's Fisher side.
This is just energetic basketball.
Turnaround fadeaway. That one falls. Brendan McRoy, the sophomore, hits a tough shot.
Barely any time to breathe on defense for these two teams.
Singh will slow things down right outside that Hamilton logo. Held up, kick out. Here's Morgan for 3. Morgan hits.
Hank Morgan, he's in the gym 4 or 5 times a week outside of practice. I mean, the guy shoots threes, and he makes them a lot.
Morgan's 3 ties it up at 15. We're going to see a substitution here for Hamilton coming soon as Jack Foley pulls from deep. No one around him, and he missed. And coming up with the rebound is Christian McDaniel. We got Will Holmes, a freshman, standing 6'7" from Ithaca, New York, down at the scorer's table. Checking in next available opportunity as Morgan sets up from the top. 18 on the shot clock. Morgan finds Reese. Here's a freshman. Reese looking for Singh. Finds Singh, the floater. High glass, and it drops for Teja Singh. 9 points on the afternoon so far, and we're only 6 minutes into this one.
Teja Singh is going off right now, and that's just a beautiful little floater with his left hand. The bank is open on a Saturday.
Pass down low. Good off-ball movement from Cook, and once again the ball falls.
Dan Cook able to just find that little seam and hit the soft spot for the layup.
So now running the floor is Christian McDaniel. Down to Morgan, over to Singh. Singh down low to Reese. Back out, now to the near side. Here's Morgan, down low, little layup, reverse and under. And Morgan gets it to fall. We're back and forth right here in the Scott Fieldhouse.
Hank Morgan getting jiggy with it.
19-17 Continentals lead. Pass down low. Another little fadeaway jumper, and that one's in the circle. That one's going to be called. So no bucket for Dan Cook. He went up on that one.
I'll tell you what, that's an athletic play. I mean, it's called off, but again, just goes to show Dan Cook, this guy can play basketball.
A couple of substitutions for both sides. We see Cooper Zoo and Will Holmes come in for Hamilton, as well as Graham Robinson for the Continentals. And then on the other side, Akinlawa Papula, Matt Letko, and Connor Williams. Connor Williams playing down low. He's a hard man to miss. 7 feet tall. As there's a 3 from Singh. He pulls and he connects.
Teja Singh, I mean, he's got the hot hand right now. Might as well feed it, right?
22-17. Continentals lead early. 12 and a half minutes left to go. And here comes Cook with the ball. Couple of moves. Looking for an outlet down low. Gets his own rebound. There's Williams to put it back in. And the big man puts 2 in the bucket. Well, when you're 7 feet tall, you stand almost 4 inches taller than anyone else on the court. You've got to get those offensive rebounds down low.
Yeah, I mean, he did just that, didn't he? And that's an easy bucket for Williams.
Kick out to Zoo. Now the other side. Long three. It's going to go off the back iron from Morgan. And St. John's Fisher move quickly the other way. Tough layup. That one won't fall. The tip in from Cook won't go. And the Continentals grab a board. So we're back and forth here. It's trying to track meet early on. Both teams missing shots in the last couple of possessions.
Yep.
Singh down low. Back out to Zoo. Here's the three from the substitute. And he misses. And Williams will come down with the board.
We're seeing just kind of a little bit of that rushed offense that we were seeing, and the shots are not falling quite as much as they were earlier on.
Here's McRoy cutting through a couple of defenders. He'll toss up a pull-up, no good. And a player flying in there. That's Matt Letko flying in to try and get the offensive board as Morgan will slow things down and finally set up some offense here for the two sides. We're not running through fast breaks consistently. Joe Morrell's going to check in soon for St. John's Fisher, the senior guard from Lee, New Hampshire. Three again from Singh, opposite corner, and he connects.
Shu is pumped up about that pass. To be noted, he has 2 assists to Singh in only a minute of play or so. And again, Teja Singh, automatic from behind the three-point line.
15 points on the afternoon already for Singh. Now St. John's Fisher going to work. Here's Cook. Cook guarded by Zoo. Now double teamed. He squirts under the play and it lays it up. Well, that's just athleticism and bodily awareness from Cook to get under the double team and then lay it in. Yeah, incredible play.
You said it. That's body.
For 3 from beyond the arc, but since then has gone 2 for 2. And he's helped this Hamilton team take an early 4-point lead against St. John's Fisher.
To be noted, number 11, Matthew Rideout, the freshman, checking in for Hamilton.
Rideout, the freshman guard from California, so ways away from his hometown, but here he is. Rideout, defended by Papula, trying to get around him and find some space. There's a little behind the back move. Still nothing, he'll hand it off to Zoo. Working over, Jenkins for 3, just off the front iron. This one's going to come towards the bench and go out of play. Hamilton going deep in the lineup. They've already played 10 players in this one, so they're rotating early and often, trying to get fresh legs on the court as early as possible.
Yeah, again, Hamilton is kind of developing a new identity with loss of a number of seniors last year, and it's great because, you know, some of these players have been on the team for a long time and are starting to see how they can make an impact. Williams
at the top of the key will hand it off to Cook. Cook hasn't left the floor yet, and he gets stuffed. Big block from Will Holmes.
The freshman Will Holmes blocking the graduate student. How about that?
Cooper Zoo at the logo. Finding help, and we'll get some in Robinson. Now back out to Rideout. Robinson, Rideout, and 10 seconds on the shot clock for Hamilton. Working down, turnaround, long 2, just off the front iron. And quickly come the Cardinals. Good bounce pass from Cook. Foul called. And heading to the free throw line is Matt Letko. Well, Cook, some great court vision to receive the stretch pass forward and immediately turn it into a shooting opportunity from the free throw line for his teammate, Matt Letko.
Yeah, Cook is seeing the floor really well right now. I mean, he's doing everything for St. John Fisher, and we're gonna continue to see him to work.
Yeah, Cook's been the main man so far for St. John's Fisher, not just tonight, but the entire season. Leading the team in scoring for the Cardinals with 9 already tonight. On the other side, it's Teja Singh with 15. He's not on the court right now, so he's getting some rest. But Cook yet to leave the floor. 10.5 minutes played in this one. Free throw missed, and it's still 22-25. Excuse me, 1 for 2 from the line, so it's 22-25 now. This Continental set up with 20 on the shot clock. Working out to Zoo. Jenkins, now over to Rideout. Rideout, jab step. And Zoo will slow things down. He's got 7 on the shot clock, needs to get rid of it soon. Rideout, pull up 3, just off the back iron. Rebound tipped up by Holmes, but no one home for the Continentals.
Almost had that offensive rebound.
Williams loses the ball, picked away, and a chance to push forward for Hamilton. Slowing it down low. Here's Holmes off the glass and in. 27-22 Continentals.
Well done, Will Holmes. Good composure, kid.
Well, it starts with Owen Kane on the breakaway as well, slowing things down. The junior saw the extra pass to Holmes, could have taken it himself, instead laid it off to his teammate. 3 from the corner, Papula, and he connects. And just like that, it goes from a 5-point game to a 2-point game after the corner 3 from the sophomore, Papula.
Yeah, Connor Williams with a strong pass almost all the way across the court. Hits that 3.
Right out, defended by Papula. There's a foul. And right out went down hard. Some extra conversations between Rideout and Papula after that physical play, but things get calmed down and a couple of substitutions coming back on the court. Hank Morgan, Teja Singh, the starting backcourt for the Continentals.
Hey, listen, this is a competitive game, and dudes are going to get into it. That was some tight defense for number 1, Papula, and listen, it's a game where people care.
Well, there's a substitute getting involved early. Brad Fowler for St. John's Fisher getting a tip on that one. Finding Cook, and there's a little lay-in for Cook. We're all tied up again. Quick 5-0 run for the Cardinals.
Almost looks effortless for Cook. I mean, just a smooth as butter transition to his left and lays it up like it's nothing.
Morgan driving down 20 on the shot clock. And his pass, intended for Owen Kane, but no one there for the Continentals. So it's a turnover and a chance for St. John's Fisher to reclaim its lead that it hasn't had for a while. Papula. Little floater pass up to Foley in the corner. Now down low, Fowler gets stuffed. Big block from Connor Jenkins. And the freshman gets up and denies the senior.
Jenkins not afraid to go up with the senior, and I love that type of confidence. Again, that's a big play for the defense, and they're going to want more of that from number 15.
13 on the shot clock for St. John's Fisher as Cook works free on the inbound. Little pump fake to get past one. The floater, he's rejected again. This time it's Holmes. Holmes up again, but he can't deny him this time as Cook, second, third opportunity, finally puts one in. And St. John's Fisher has the lead at 29-27. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the half. Kick out to Singh. Long 3 from Teja Singh and picks up right where he left off. He's now 4 from 6 from beyond the arc and has 18 points on the night. It's 30-29 Hamilton. And Singh with the steal. Fast break opportunity. Going the other way. He's chased down by Cook. Layup is up and in. 20 points on the night for the junior. And as soon as he gets on the court, he's scoring.
Go on, Teja Singh. Go on and do your thing.
Hits the 3, gets the steal, turns the fast break points in. A quick 5 points to regain Hamilton's lead. Aaron shot there from Joe Morrell. No control of where that ball was going, and Hamilton will gladly take it and move forward. Singh again, hot hand. Long 3, just off the back iron. Well, when you're hot like that, you have to do a heat check, and Teja Singh hits the back iron.
Hey, you can't hit every shot, right? And he knows he's scoring right now. Might as well keep trying.
That one off the hands of the Continentals, Will Holmes, and out of play. A couple more substitutions come back in. We're getting closer to that starting 5 for Hamilton on the court. Singh, Morgan, Reese, McDaniel. I believe Will Holmes is still out there. Correction, it is Owen Kane, so we do have the original starting 5. After this substitution, we'll take Owen Kane off the floor, and Graham Robinson will head in. So 4 of the original starting 5 on the floor for the Continentals. Inbound, working out to Cole Thompson. Now McRoy. 6:15 left to go in the half. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Foley for 3. Long off the back iron, and Singh is able to draw the personal foul. It's been a relatively clean game so far. Only 2 fouls for each team as the Continentals lead 32-29. And it's just been good. No stoppages. We're seeing a pretty good run of basketball here between the two teams.
Absolutely. Up and down. Lots of energy, lots of passion in the game. And the refs are letting the boys play right now. You'll love to see it.
McDaniels driving up. Over to Morgan. Morgan working down low. Robinson runs into room. Calls for a travel from the St. John's Fisher bench. Morgan's trapped up. We'll find Robinson. Now a chance to move forward for the Continentals with 7 on the shot clock. Pass stolen away. McRoy going the other way quickly on the fast break. And he's blocked Hank Morgan gets up and makes the defensive effort, and here come the Continentals the other way again. Morgan thought about stepping into a three and will slow things down. 20 on the shot clock for the Continentals. Well, you mentioned it, Milo. It's been the defense that's been the key for Hamilton last year, and maybe have struggled a little bit this year. He's sitting at 3-5 on the season.
Yeah.
But the defense is shining so far tonight.
Absolutely. Morgan is making plays that need to be made. The new faces are making plays. And, again, it's, you're not going to have your identity right away. And this is something that Hamilton's been working on all season, and it looks like it may be starting to come together this game.
Already 3 blocks on the night for Hamilton and none for St. John's Fisher, and which is kind of concerning for the Cardinals because you're a team that's got a lot of size with Williams or Cook down low. Big screen in the paint, and McDaniels is called for that. I'm not sure about that one. Looks like Connor Ricord just kind of went to the ground hard on a good screen. I didn't think there was any movement or ill intent in that one.
Hey, listen, if you're able to sell it, you're able to sell it. And that's, it's a tactical play at the end of the day, whether he was, really illegally screened or not, it's Fisher ball.
Well, Fowler exits the floor. Back on. Here's McRoy. It looks like St. John's going back to the original starting 5. Here's Foley for 3. Got it. Corner 3 from Foley, and we're all tied up again.
Foley likes that back left corner a lot. Number 3 is able to swing that hot hand.
We've got the original starting 5s on both sides except for Graham Robinson for Hamilton. He's in there for Owen Kane. As here's Teja Singh. Already 20 points on the afternoon. Kicking out to Robinson. 9 on the shot clock for Singh. Got to work quickly if you're the junior Singh. Pick and roll. Has Morgan. 3 from Morgan. Just long. Offensive rebound. Good work from McDaniel. Here's Singh. Pull up long. 2. Once again, front iron. McDaniel battling for it. Can't get there the second time. Going the other way is Thompson. Thompson will hold it up. And here is Cook. Top of the key. Will hand over to McRoy. Cook looking for the pick and roll. He gets it. Singh will force a pass out. And now, again, Thompson. Couple of extra steps there. No call. Pass down low intended for Ricord is picked off by Hamilton. Moving quickly. Reese adjusting to the ball, but he's pressured. And we're going to wait to see the call here. Looks like it'll be Hamilton ball down low. Reese got double-teamed and was still able to win possession for the Continentals with 24 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it looked like they were both just trying to collect the ball there, and it ended up just tipping off of Brendan McRoy's hand.
Yeah, the original starting 5 back on now for both sides. So this is strength v. strength for the two programs. Kane. 20 on the shot clock for Singh. Good off-ball movement right now from Hamilton. They're looking for that pass down in the paint to Kane. Instead, it's Morgan with 10 on the shot clock. Almost gets it picked away. Finds an outlet pass to McDaniel for 3. Off the backboard. Rebound from Morgan. Can't get it. Second chance for Morgan. No good. Cook gets fouled on the takeaway, and it'll be an inbound for the Cardinals. With 3:17 left to go for the Cardinals. With 3:17 left to go in the half.
We're seeing an extremely high pressure brand of defense from Fisher here. They're pressing out on pretty much everywhere above the arc, and Hamilton again, a lot of young faces, a lot of guys that are getting on the floor really for the first time, and they know that handling pressure is a hard thing to do, and Fisher's kind of taking advantage of that.
With 3 minutes left to go in the half, it's a tie game, 32-32 between St. John's Fisher and Hamilton. Losing out on it, Cook. Singh comes away with the steal. Quick fast break opportunity. Instead, Singh will hold it up.
Love it.
Under 3 to go. Morgan. Defended by Jack Foley. Hands off. And back up to Singh it goes. Singh's been the hot hand tonight. Gone a little bit cold. Hasn't been as of all, but here he is down low. Quick layup, no good. Singh wraps his arms around on the rebound and will be called for a foul, but that's one you'd expect Singh to hit. But instead, we remain tied up at 32.
Yeah, a little bit awkward there for Singh. He's kind of right under the hoop and probably would want to take that with his right hand. But again, he's a strong left-handed player, and it just may be a little bit awkward under there.
So we're still tied up, 2.5 to go. He's taking it up, a new substitution for St. John's Fisher, Max Schneider. First time he's in the game for the Cardinals. Working down low, Cook. Double team, kicks out, McRoy, extra pass, Schneider. Schneider's floater is good.
That was great offense. I mean, inside out, ball is kicking every single second, and someone's going to get open at some point.
And good work from Cook. He could have taken it himself, was on the double team. As that pass goes between the legs of Holmes, and Cook's on a breakaway. Pass runs long, and Cook, while saving it, gives it right back to Hamilton. 5-on-4 now because Cook's caught up in the benches. Here's Singh for three. He got it.
Yeah, I mean, time room bullseye from the lefty. Come on, you can't leave him that open, folks.
5 for 8 on the afternoon from beyond the arc. 23 points for the junior from Seattle, Washington. As there's a tough layup from McRoy. Can't go in. It's going to be Hamilton ball.
You know, I think one thing that Hamilton should be focusing on is getting those offensive rebounds. We've seen Fischer just being a little bit more aggressive under their offensive hoop today and you know, have left out some points and possessions that are to be desired. Make the difference at the end of the game.
Here's Singh. Pass down low, looking, finding Holmes, no good. Holmes gets the offensive rebound right on cue. Second chance, no good. Can't get the third chance because Dan Cook comes up with a board. Well, right as you say that Hamilton needs to step up the offensive boards, they get one, but they can't convert the second chance opportunity. There's a long two from the wing from Cook and a foul on the rebound. 4 fouls on the afternoon now for St. John's Fisher, 5 for Hamilton. And a game that's got a minute left to go in the first half. I don't know about you, Milo. This seems like this first half has gone by way too quickly. Both these teams playing some incredible basketball. It's been clean basketball as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is just an exciting game. 35-34 with a minute left to go in Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse. I mean, this is what you want to see.
Right out. Back on the court for the Continentals. We'll find Morgan. Down to Holmes. Out to Singh. Singh defended closely by Schneider. Will kick out. Long three off the front iron from Morgan. Foul called on the floor. As Will Holmes went down hard, but he got up right away and is able to walk it off. Applause coming from the Hamilton fans as Holmes is able to get back up on his feet pretty quickly after going down pretty hard.
It almost feels like a soccer stadium in here. I mean, there is an atmosphere in this field house right now that is really awesome.
Hand off to Singh. Floater. Gets it to go. 25 now on the night. 10 for 15 from the floor. And Teja Singh has been the man right now for the Continentals.
Absolutely.
Good pass down to Fowler. Fowler working on Morgan. Foul called. Contact from Morgan onto the hand of Fowler, and so Fowler will head to the line. Shooting two. 37-34 in favor of the Continentals. 22 seconds left to go in the half.
You know, I thought that was good defense from Morgan, maybe just a little bit of contact there at the end, but it seems like maybe even the ref was a little unsure. Blew his whistle just a touch late, so it's hard to say on those ones.
Well, Fowler misses the first one, so not the worst outcome for Hamilton. St. John's Fisher on a 2-game win streak. Hamilton on a 1-game win streak after beating Utica in its last matchup, I should say. And there's the second free throw good from Fowler, so it's 35-37 in favor of the home side. Morgan. Singh. 14 to go in the game, in the half.
Set up the hot hand.
Looking to get Singh open with 10 to go. Singh looking for an outlet, finds Morgan. Down low, Holmes. He's going for the dunk. He gets fouled with 3.7 left to go. And so a chance to continue to extend this Hamilton lead for Holmes. Some good play between Morgan and Singh, drawing the defense out and then finding Will Holmes wide open in the paint.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that strong take from Williams as well. From Will Holmes, excuse me. He wasn't afraid to go for that dunk and draws the foul, shooting two.
First one good from Holmes. 38-35. Holmes on the season, a 41% free throw shooter. He's 5 for 12 coming into today, so gets the first one to go, looking to go 2 for 2. It was most likely the last play. St. John's Fisher could probably get a desperation shot up here with 3.7 to go. Second free throw short. Whistle blows. It's going to be St. John Fisher ball. Free throw violation called as Graham Robinson comes back on the floor with 3.7 left to go, just to get a little bit more length and try and stop a couple of the hot hands for St. John's Fisher trying to run the floor with 3.7 on the clock.
You can see the Continentals playing tight.
Switch on to Cook. Nowhere to go. Going to go long. It's intercepted. McDaniel will pull up for three. It's deflected. And the second chance is swatted away emphatically by Matt Letko. But that'll be it for half number one at 38-35. Hamilton leads into the first half. And Milo, it's been a really Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse as we get set for half number two between Hamilton and St. John's Fisher. It's 38-35 in favor of the home side. I'm Arnav Pokrell. I'm joined by Milo Trabulsi to my left. And, well, incredible offensive showing from one man. Teja Singh, the leading scorer between the two sides. 25 of Hamilton's 38 point. How does he keep that offensive production going in half number two?
You know, I think it's a matter of momentum, right? You get a hot hand, you start shooting, you might as well keep going, and we might be seeing that right now.
And there it is. 2 more points for Hamilton. 35-40 now in favor of the Continentals.
Again, there's a level of confidence from Singh that you just want to keep building on.
Fisher working with McRoy. McRoy had 2 points in the first half. Played just about 16 minutes. As Cook launches one up off the high glass and in. Well, Dan Cook led all players in minutes. He's got now 20 on the game for St. John's Fisher, and he's been their go-to scorer. 13 points. Now 15 on the night for Cook. Hamilton the other way. Reese. Now Singh. 27 points for Singh. He's approaching 30. There's a fadeaway. Just missed it. Reese gets the rebound. Hamilton, fresh shot clock, now 20. Morgan. Morgan holding up with 10 on the shot clock. Fadeaway. Got it. Big jumper from Hank Morgan. 42-37 Continentals.
Yeah, Hank Morgan, I mean, he's confident. You know, he's a junior captain, him and Singh. And if we can get Morgan going as well, this is going to be a hard day for St. John Fisher.
Foul called on Jalen Reese. So it'll be a fresh inbound for St. John's Fisher and 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Cardinals. And a Cardinal team that looks a little shocked due to the offensive prowess of Teja Singh. Down low, working free. Layup is up and good from Connor Ricoeur. Ricoeur's first points of the evening after starting the game, playing 14 minutes in the first half. It took him until half number two to get his first 2 points in the score sheet.
Yeah, Connor Ricoeur at 6'5", 220. That's going to be an easy layup every day of the week.
Morgan backing down his defender and draws a foul. It's going to be on Jack Foley, who is defending him down low on that baseline. And an inbound for Singh. Singh doesn't have an assist today, probably because he's been doing all the scoring himself. But here's a chance to get one. The pass out to Morgan just misses. Morgan tracks his own shot and gets the rebound. Morgan kicks out. Extra pass. Kane, 3, just missed. Another opportunity to pull one down for Reese, but he was unable to control the ball into his hands, and so St. John's Fisher will move forward with McRoy. Cook, defended hard by Singh. That's strength on strength. Best player on best player right now for the two sides. McRoy driving down the baseline. He lost control of it. He's able to flip it out to Cook. 7 on the shot clock for Cook. He loses out on it. Good poke away from the Continentals, and now Morgan moves forward with speed. Kicking out. McDaniel. Got it.
Every piece of momentum is going for Hamilton right now. There is offense, there is defense, and that's an amazing shot from number 3, Christian McDaniel.
McDaniel from the left corner. No one there, and that's a big lead. And now 6 points, 45-39 for Hamilton. Record down low, defended by Reese. Whistle blows. Reese was going straight up, but the referee said that he went down just a little bit. It's a second foul in quick succession on Jalen Reese. Well, he thought he did everything right there.
Yeah.
He looked like he stayed to the ground, kept his hands high, but as soon as you go down, even just a little bit, and make some contact, that's going to be called every day.
Right.
Record misses the first.
Yeah, you could hear Coach Stockwell there yell from the bench, just stay down. Again, Reese, freshman, getting minutes in that beginning of his college career, you got to adjust. It's an adjustment period, and no problem for the freshman.
Record goes 1 for 2 from the line. It's now a 5-point lead for Hamilton, 45-40. Morgan will slow things down, just working past the Hamilton logo. Now slicing through a couple of defenders. And we'll set it back up again with 17 on the shot clock. Hands off to Singh. Double screen, and now Singh can move forward through the double team, but he gets blocked by McRoy. Chance to put up a shot again, and a second chance opportunity falls. 29 points for Teja Singh.
Teja Singh, how many more times are we going to say this guy's name today? He is hot, hot, hot.
Cook down low. Turnaround, floater, no good. St. John's Fisher comes up with the rebound. Cook again. Kicks out to Thompson. Thompson, space down low, throws up a circus layup, but he draws a foul in the process. And well, after a clean first half, Hamilton comes out, and in the first 4 minutes of play in half number 2, 3 quick fouls by the Continentals.
Yeah, you almost wonder if there was an adjustment made at halftime to be a little bit more aggressive, to make those more handsy plays, if you will. We are seeing a larger lead from Hamilton here than we've seen in the first half, and again, maybe that's an adjustment made by Coach Stockwell and the staff.
41-47 after the first free throw goes in, and the second one falls for Thompson as well, so it's another 5-point lead for Hamilton. Singh, double teamed in the backcourt, and good passing by Hamilton to get out of it. Reese, corner, and just keeping it in. Singh through contact, and he gets fouled. He got hit in the eye. After Owen Kane caught the pass, was falling out of bounds, was able to find Singh, and then the double team came and immediately made contact with Singh's face. And Singh will head off the court. Into the game comes Cooper Zoo, as well as Connor Jenkins.
Yeah, Shu and Jenkins again. Shu and Jenkins just able to come off the bench and make those key changes that are needed in those moments where Singh gets hit in the eye, whatever happens. Shu and Jenkins are reliable players that can come in and make a difference.
Shu does not have a point tonight, but does have 2 assists in 5 minutes of action, so been a reliable player running the floor for Hamilton in the limited minutes he's gotten. And moments like that, it's just so hard to take Singh off the floor when he's playing so well, but Shu has done well to make up for his absence. Here's Shu driving, kicking out. Jenkins, wide open 3. It's too strong, but Shu gets a rebound. Instant impact off the bench in half number 2 for the junior Shu. Here's Shu again. Finds Morgan. Morgan backing down his defender, now puts up a floater, and it falls.
Morgan so strong. You saw his defender just fall back, and that wasn't a charge, ladies and gentlemen. Hank Morgan is just a big dude.
Trying to respond. St. John's Fisher's number 0, Brendan McRoy, misses. And Morgan working quickly again. Shu couldn't get the pass because it was tipped away by Cook. And St. John's Fisher moving forward again. Record. Now working down low. Pass out, finds Thompson. Thompson trying to find another pass down low. Here's Cook. Shu goes straight up. Good defense. Second chance opportunity falls for Dan Cook. 3 changes for St. John's Fisher as we got a timeout here on the floor. 49-44 Hamilton.
Jenkins, McDaniel can get going a little bit more here, pick up a couple more points. Hamilton is going to be an extremely hard-to-stop team.
It's not like St. John's Fisher hasn't been shooting efficiently. They're actually shooting at a better clip than Hamilton is. 45, almost 46% from the floor, whereas Hamilton's only 44.5% from the floor. Hamilton just getting better chances. Shu. Back up to Morgan. Morgan again, quick 3. Off the back iron. No one home to rebound for Hamilton. Instead, it's Akinla Papula driving forward for St. John's Fisher. McCroy. Pull up from the free throw line. Front iron. Rebound. Williams. He goes back up through contact. Can't get it to go. And it's brought down by Christian McDaniel. That's one of the few times you'll see Connor Williams get stopped below the net. Long three from Morgan. Just rims out. The rebound no good. It was a good flying opportunity from Christian McDaniel, and Hamilton wins the ball back. Three. Jenkins. Rims out again. 2 chances just missing for the Continentals.
Great effort there from Christian McDaniel to just tip it out of Williams' hands.
Williams at the top of the key. Looking down low to Cook, and flying in again. Christian McDaniel volleyball spikes the ball out of play.
McDaniel is getting antsy with that defensive movement right now, and I mean, he's hungry. I love it.
4 changes for Hamilton. The only player staying on the court is Cooper Shue. Shue and Singh will run the backcourt along with Matthew Rideout. And down low you've got Will Holmes and Graham Robinson for Hamilton. Here's Williams backing down his defender. Williams, turnaround, too strong, can't get it to go. For the offensive rebound, brought in by Cook. Letko looking for Williams, finds him. Williams on Shue, that's a mismatch, and immediately gets help. Williams finds the kick out to Letko. Letko driving in, puts it up, and it falls for St. John's Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of offense go through Connor Williams. I mean, that might be the most enormous human I've ever laid my eyes on in my entire life.
7 feet, 360 in the paint for St. John's Fisher. Hard to get around him, hard to get through him. It's Teja Singh. Oh my word, 32 points on the night.
Teja Singh, I mean, you are throwing literal darts today. Relax, lefty, relax.
Dan Cook. Down low to Williams. Williams trying to get help, and the defense standing tall. Now 3 players guarding Williams as he tries to hit the turnaround fadeaway, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise there that he's getting fouled. I'm not really sure how you are supposed to get the ball off of him when he gets an offensive rebound. Again, I mean, a huge person.
He'll stand at the free throw line. Take a look at the free throw stats on the season for Connor Williams. Perfect, 2 for 2. I mean, it's just the 3rd free throw he's taken all season. And he gets it to fall. 47-52, still 1 more free throw upcoming for Williams. So Brennan McRoy exit the floor. Darian Grady comes in for the first time today. And Williams goes 2 for 2 from the line. Also back into the game is Connor Ricord. Off goes Connor Williams. So after hitting the 2 free throws, Williams will head back to the bench. 12.5 to go. 4-point lead for Hamilton. Moving quickly. Shue tried to find the bounce pass to Graham Robinson, but it goes through the legs of the junior. And it's another turnover for Hamilton. 9 turnovers on the night. That number's the same between the two sides. St. John's Fisher also has 9. Grady. First impact is a pass over to Cook. Layup no good. Rebound Hamilton, and Shue will take it forward.
Shue running the point right now.
Shue spins away from one challenge and is able to find Holmes, who gets fouled. And Shue heading over to talk to Coach Adam Stockwell for Hamilton alongside Teja Singh and Matthew Rideout, as Holmes will head to the free throw line.
You know, I'm loving this play from the Hamilton offense here. Shue currently running the point, kind of switching off with Teja Singh. And, you know, something I love about Shue's game is that he's always got his eyes up. We're seeing him more as a passer today. You know, even though that ball, that most recent play where he was driving down the court was a turnover, I mean, that's a beautiful little no-look pass. And, you know, if that had fallen, it would have been just beautiful. He's got his eyes up. He's an unselfish player, you know, kind of switching point guard with Teja Singh. I love it.
1 for 2 from the line for Will Holmes. It's a 5-point lead once again for Hamilton. Here's Papula. Stopped at the free throw line, kicks out to Grady. Now all the way to the other side. Pass down low, layup is up and in from Connor Ricor, and the senior, after a slow first half, has picked things up in half number 2.
Great offense there from Fischer.
Singh holds up. He's running the point now. We'll toss it over to Shu. The backcourts that have been standing out today. Shu trying to hand off to Singh. Singh will collect and distribute it out. Works down to Rideout. Rideout working down low. Finds Shu again. Shu for 3. Got it. First points of the night for Cooper Shu, And the three-pointer gives Hamilton a 6-point lead.
Cooper Shu, I mean, you gotta love.
Well, Teja Singh on the floor. He's 5 of 6 in his last 6 attempts. The only miss is a 3-point miss at the 6.5-minute mark of half number 1. Since then, he's hit a 3-pointer at the other side of the half, in the first half, and to start the second half from beyond the arc. As a turnover, and it's Cooper Shu with the ball now. Down to Will Holmes, and Holmes gets fouled. Cook had a breakaway, and he holds up. Looks annoyed because that was 2 free points for St. John's Fisher had it not been a foul.
Yeah, I think Cook kind of got tunnel vision there. He saw the ball kind of go up as Graham Robinson was holding it, and maybe just got a little contact on the hand there.
Singh to inbound. Find Rideout. Here's Rideout. Defended by Grady. Good move to get past him and turns it over. Saw a little extension of the leg there. I didn't see it clearly. I don't know if Grady caught the ball with his leg, but either way, it's going to be St. John's Fisher ball, down 6. Offensive foul called. Hamilton ball.
Yep. Teja Singh kind of lost his balance a little bit. It looked like maybe number 21, Brad Fowler, kind of just gave him a little bit something extra there to maybe push him a little bit further down. Maybe incidental, but either way, certainly a offensive foul.
4 changes in the lineup. Starting 5 back out on the floor for Hamilton. Reese will bring the ball down and find Hank Morgan. Morgan's got fresh legs, just came on the court a few moments ago. Singh will find Morgan. Now over to McDaniel. Down low, McDaniel again, good cut. And the backdoor cut leads to a reverse layup for McDaniel. 8-point lead for the Continentals.
Beautiful ball movement there.
Reese goes up, good defense from the Continental freshman to deny Brad Fowler at the doorstep. Singh, McDaniel, Reese. From the right elbow, will spin away from a couple of defenders, and a reset, back down at the right elbow. Now kicks out to the left side with McDaniel. McDaniel driving down the baseline, and his pass intercepted by Cook. Threw it right to him, and Cook on the breakaway. Euro step, floater falls. Good move from Cook to take the turnover and turn it into 2 points. Once again, a 6-point lead for Hamilton. Whistle blows. Everyone looking up at the scoreboard again as a couple of changes come in for St. John's Fisher. McRoy back on the court, as well as Cole Thompson. Looks like Max Schneider made his way back out there as well. Cook has played almost every minute. 29 minutes played through 31.
Wow.
And he shows no signs of fatigue. He continues to play with such intensity at such a high level. But eventually, at some point, you think it's got to set in for Cook, and he'll need a break.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you kind of expect from a graduate student. He's been around the block.
Kicking out to Robinson. Now Morgan. Morgan pump fakes past the switch and gets it to go from the baseline. Well, Hank Morgan had Dan Cook lost with the pump fake. Dan Cook just kept on running. Here's Cook again. Driving low through the contact and one.
Cook certainly making up for that last defensive play with the potential for a three-point play here.
Did everything right. And Cook will step to the free throw line with a 6-point deficit and a chance for a three-point play. Here's a grad student, Cook. Free throw falls. And we got a 5-point game here at the Scott Fieldhouse with 8.5 minutes to go. Reese drives through, finger roll, gets it to go. How about that from the freshman? Giving Hamilton a 7-point lead once again.
Just great composure there from the freshman. High pressure defense from Fischer and number 21. And Reese able to make the play.
Backdoor feed. Fowler puts it in.
Dan Cook, it's almost like he's got eyes in the back of his head.
Reese finds Kane. Owen Kane out to Teja Singh. 32 points on the afternoon for Singh. Has a man lost. The three-pointer, it falls. Teja Singh nods his head after that play. Highlight reel.
You could put that on Instagram in half a second. Number 5 just lost his ankles.
Trying to respond. That one hits nothing but air. And Kane comes up with the rebound while Teja Singh, a 35-point afternoon for the junior, continuing his dominance. Pass out to Singh, now working all the way around. Great ball movement from Hamilton to find Reese outside. And Reese turn around. That one falls. And the crowd's getting into it. 10-point lead for Hamilton.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that is just beautiful offense. Kicking it inside, outside, around the arc, down to Reese. Spin move, an athletic kid. I mean, my goodness, the Continentals are just cooking right now.
Foul is on Teja Singh, his second foul of the afternoon. Team 6 foul of the half, so now you got to be a little bit wary if you're Hamilton. Next foul gets St. John Fisher into the single bonus. But for now, it's an inbound for Jack Foley and the Cardinal offense. Here's McRoy. Looking for Cook down low. It gets there. Cook is double-teamed immediately. Extra pass down low, and it's out of play. It'll be St. John Fisher ball. Substitute coming in. It's Connor Racor. Making way is Cole Thompson. Cooper Shue will come in for Hamilton. Off goes Hank Morgan. So the junior guard who started the game will head off and make way for Cooper Shue, who scored his first points earlier in the half with a three-pointer. There's a good pump fake in the shot. Dan Cook comes up with the board. The second chance opportunity falls. 59-67 in favor of the Continentals. Reese now running the floor. Over to Cooper Shue. Shue back to Reese. Now it finds Singh. Singh had Holmes as an option. Instead, we'll back it out with 10 on the shot clock. Here's Shue. Got to make something happen here for Cooper Shue. Instead, he finds Reese in the corner. Open three, just off the front rim and over the bucket from Jalen Reese. Good look there for the freshman. Now McRoy, reverse layup, it falls. He goes tumbling down. Timeout called by St. John's Fisher with a 6-point lead for the Continentals. You're watching the Northeast Sports Network, and we'll keep it right here. He looks good to go. So we'll get things started again here at the Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse. And after this, keep it right here on the NESCAC Network because we do have a court ceremony happening on the floor right after the conclusion of this game. As here's Cooper Shue. Now McDaniel, pressure coming. It's high press defense from the Cardinals and almost forcing the turnover off McDaniels. And the pass is errant from the senior. So the high press works out in St. John's Fisher's favor. as the Cardinals regain possession with 5.5 to go.
This is a tight game. Energy is getting high. Tensions are up.
And McDaniel makes up for his mistake. He steals the ball right back. Now he's running the floor. He loses it. And a chance to push forward again for Dan Cook and the Cardinal offense. Dan Cook down low, wide open layup for Connor Ricord. No one home to defend him in the paint. Now Shu will find Singh. 5 to go. It's a 4-point game. St. John's Fisher stepping up. Cooper Shu will lay it off to Kane. Singh, 35 points on the night for the junior. Finds Owen Kane. Heading back to Singh. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. Now 6-5. Shu's got to put it up. Spin move down low. He's driving. Draws the foul. Good work from Cooper Shu, the junior.
Good ball handling. Good spin move to his left hand, kind of deceiving the defender. Defender knows he's a righty. Gets back to that left and draws the foul. Good job, number 21, Cooper Shu.
And the junior from Beijing, China will head to the free throw line. On the season, he's only attempted one free throw. And he missed it. He makes his second free throw attempt of the season to give Hamilton a 68-63 lead with 4.5 to go. Shu lines up free throw number 2. And drills it. 5 points on the afternoon for Cooper Shu. And Hamilton, 6-point lead once again. 4.5 to go. St. John's Fisher now stepping up the pace a little bit, wanting to play quicker, get more shots up. Working forward, here's Cook. Trying to find Ricord down low, instead we'll kick it out to Schneider. McElroy holds up, 16 on the shot clock for Cook. Cook driving. He's double teamed, kicks out McElroy. McElroy for 3, got it. 3-point game. And Hamilton, once leading by 10, it's now a one-possession ball game here at the Scott Fieldhouse.
McElroy, he loves his jump shot, and that's a good one from behind the arc.
Singh kicks out. Working all the way over. Kane for 3 to respond. No good. Holmes comes down with the offensive board and draws a foul in the process. Well, that's the 7th foul on St. John's Fisher. It should be a 1-and-1 here for Will Holmes.
Looks like it is.
Holmes 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Hamilton's only been to the free throw line twice, so this is trip number 3. Cooper Shu was perfect. Will Holmes, this will be his 3rd time to the line, so 4th time of the game for Hamilton. Went 1 for 1 his first time up, 1 for 2 his second time up. Makes the first, 70-66.
And these are important shots to make, right? These games very frequently end by a matter of 1 or 2 points, and again, you want to hit these from the line.
And hitting from the line is something that Hamilton has struggled with this entire season. 64.1% from the free throw line, but today, we'll wait for the result of this one, as that one misses, but 5 for 8 is a big improvement. As there's a rebound and a shot up and in. Bram Robinson with the offensive board, so well, you missed the free throw, but you get 2 points in the process, and it's a 72-66 lead for Hamilton. Here's Cook. 16 on the shot clock. Will put up a shot from the left elbow, and it'll fall for the grad student. Responds in a big way. Still a 4-point game between the two sides. 72-68, 3.5 to go. Singh, double teamed. Finds an outlet in Hank Morgan, and Morgan's going to run the floor. Finds a kick out to Kane. Kane's three-pointer well short. Morgan goes up and gets fouled in the process. He'll shoot 2 from the line.
Great job from Hank Morgan there. Picking up the ball, able to find that 2-on-1, running that kind of 3v2 offense, which you practice, all throughout the week. Draws a foul, and I got a feeling Morgan, he's junior captain, he's composed. In the big moments of the game, he comes up, and these shots, I'm hoping for them to fall.
71% on the season. First trip to the line tonight, and he misses short on the first one. Foul credited to number 4 for St. John's Fisher, Darren Grady. A couple bodies down there for the Cardinals, and so Grady will be called officially for the foul. Here's free throw number 2 for Morgan. Gets it to go.
Maybe that was the announcer's curse on the first shot there. That probably was my bad. I'll take responsibility for that one.
Here's McRoy. 7 points on the afternoon. Not the best night from the guard. And almost another turnover as Cook fumbling around with the ball, and then Morgan's elbow gets tied up with Cook's wrist, so it's a foul called. And Cook will head to the line for a 1-and-1. Both teams in the bonus. Cook tonight, no free throw shots, so this will be, no three-point attempts. This will be his third trip to the line. He's gone 2 for 3, and he makes the first one. Now 3 for 4 on the afternoon. Four-point game, a chance to make it a one-possession game here for Cook. And he drills it. 70-73. Matt Letko checks in. Off goes Jack Foley. You take off the grad student. You put on a senior.
An eye for an eye.
Hamilton just getting the inbound in before the 5-second violation. Here's Morgan. Hard screen from Holmes allows Morgan to advance into the attacking half. Here's Morgan going for the dunk. Stuffed by the rim. And now players fighting over the jump ball. Possession arrow headed St. John's Fisher's way.
Morgan wanted the dunk there. You know, he had that lane to his left hand. Saw the effort to jump, and no foul. Good defense from St. John Fisher.
Dan Cook comes across and gets a little bit of contact on Morgan, gets a hand on the ball to help the rim stuff it. So it's a block for Dan Cook. He's been filling up the stat sheet just about everywhere. His first block of the game. Here's McRoy. Another foul called on Record down low. So Record will head to the line for a 1-and-1. Both teams at 8 fouls on the Morrisonville, New York. Shooting a 1-and-1 in a 3-point game. Morgan and Singh, the backcourt for the Continentals. First free throw falls for Record. Jalen Reese on the floor, as well as Owen Kane and Will Holmes. So a little bit more size there in the front court for this Continental side. Second free throw falls for Record as well. And just like that, we got 1 point separating the two sides. Hamilton 73, St. John Fisher 72.
Every single possession counts here.
Inbound was intended for Singh. Instead, it's tapped off. And the last touch goes off of St. John Fisher. And so it'll be another inbound this time. High press coming from the Cardinals. Morgan to inbound. Finds Will Holmes. Will Holmes can't run the floor. Instead, will hand it right back off to Morgan. Finds Holmes again to advance the ball into the attacking half. Singh pulls from 3. He got it. Big time 3 from the junior. And Teja Singh, 38 points on the afternoon.
I mean, that's just a little bit ridiculous from number 1 there. He really had no right to pull from there, but the kid knows that he can make any shot he wants when he's hot.
Cook looking for a response. Floater falls. 74-76 timeout. St. John Fisher, and you got to stop Teja Singh. That's a message right now. If you're St. John's Fisher, you got to get someone to guard him, someone face guarding him at all as ever. He's got a monster night so far.
And they are saying, coach of St. John Fisher, calling for the face guard.
I think you have to. He's already surpassed his season high so far. 25 points against Newman on November 19th. Kick out to Kane. Down low, and one. And look at the emotion for Hamilton. Big time layup. And a chance for a three-point play.
Will Holmes, the freshman. Hello, number 34. Welcome to Hamilton College. That's a no joke take from William Holmes.
Chance for a three-point play. Here's Holmes. Couple of bounces off the rim, but he gets it to fall. 5-point lead for the Continentals.
Will Holmes is fired up.
Matt Letko left the floor just moments ago. Jack Foley's in now for St. John's Fisher as Brendan McRoy goes down and draws a foul. We're heading into that territory now. It seems like every foul or every play there seems to be a foul by either team. Players getting physical, drawing fouls back and forth. And McRoy heads to the line with a 5-point deficit.
Yeah, you do start to wonder, when do you almost start going for the intentional foul? You know, the reach in to send Hamilton and send St. John Fisher to the line in order to maybe get that possession back.
McRoy hits the first. 4-point game. Morgan checks in for Hamilton. And you're right, getting into that coaching chess match now.
Right.
Of intentional fouls. When do you start fouling? Who do you foul? Sure, all of that's been planned out as McRoy misses the second one. Still a two-possession game, and Teja Singh's got the ball. And almost had McRoy stumbling in the backcourt. Kicks out to Kane. 20 on the shot clock for Hamilton. The switch on Morgan. Here's Singh again. 12 on the shot clock. Now a minute and 5 seconds left to go. Singh can hold on to it for a little bit longer. Kill some more time. Kicks out to Morgan. Pump fake. 3 from Morgan. Just rims out. Offensive board, Jalen Reese. And now Reese can hold on to it for a little bit longer. 50 to go. Morgan keeps it moving. Reese again. Down low. Holmes goes up. Has it blocked off the backboard. 42 seconds to go and counting. 4-point lead for Hamilton. Pass down low. Off the high glass. Rebound. Morgan. He's going to get fouled.
Get off him. Get off him. Hank Morgan showing a bit of emotion there, and I love to see it from number 0, the junior captain out of Caldwell, New Jersey. Hamilton offense, and defense for that matter, showing up in a big way.
Foul number 10 for the Cardinals, so Morgan's going to head to the line. And Morgan on the season, like we mentioned earlier, 70% free throw shooter, just approaching that 71% mark.
I'm not going to say a word on this one.
Tonight he's 1 for 2. That one just off the back iron and then rolls off the front. You can't get much closer than that on the free throw line, going front, back, and then front iron again.
It's got to be the rim. Just has to be.
Wasn't your fault that time. It's 79-75. Still a 4-point lead for Hamilton. Second one falls. Both times Morgan has missed the first, made the second free throw. Cook working quickly. Down low, feed to Ricor, and it's in. Quick timeout. 25 seconds left to go. 3-point game. Hamilton leads.
Dan Cook still doing everything for St. John Fisher. I mean, scoring, passing.
5 seconds left to go. It's going to be Hamilton ball, and now you have to assume that the fouls are coming. So you want to get the ball into your high percentage free throw shooters. Owen Kane's up there, 87.5%. Hank Morgan's actually one of the higher ones on the team with 71%. And here is Morgan with the ball. Up ahead to Kane, and Kane gets fouled. So he'll head to the free throw line. 20 seconds left to go in the game. So 5 seconds roll off the clock, and you get your highest free throw percent shooter out there on the court. 7 for 8 on the season, 87.5% for Hamilton.
Yeah, Owen Kane shoots a lot in his free time. I've seen him at the stripe a number of times in between classes, in between meals, and the kid is composed. Talk about a kid who goes to the library. I mean, every single time I hit that library, I'm sitting next to a computer with him on it. I mean, he gets his work done. God bless him.
makes the first. 81-77 Hamilton. Two-possession game once again here at the Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse. Hamilton looking to pull off on paper what would be an upset, but hasn't felt like it all day. As Cooper Shue comes in, Hamilton's been dominant offensively, defensively. St. John Fisher, you have to give them credit for just hanging in there, making it a close game.
Absolutely. An extremely strong effort from both sides here.
McCroy driving forward, now 15 left to go in the game. Shot clock is dark between the two sides.
Owen Kane.
Big board from Owen Kane, and the junior will head right back to the line after drilling his last two free throws. He's got a chance to add a couple more points to his tally.
He wants it himself. He's confident. I think that's a fresh fade he's got there as well. He knows that he looks good. He knows his hair's on point. Let the kid shoot the free throws.
Well, all starts on the defensive end. Owen Kane so far today, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Has 5 points already, looking to make points 6 and 7 count here. And there's point number 6 with the first free throw in 28 minutes of action for Owen Kane. We talk a lot about the backcourt of Morgan, Singh, and Shue, but the front court, Kane, Holmes, have been incredible today as well.
I would have put my house on those shots going in. I didn't want to say anything, but
8 seconds left to go in the game. And there's another steal. Singh's going to hold on to it and dribble it out as much as he can. Clock stops with 1.1 seconds left. 7-point lead after Kane went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And the clap starting for the Hamilton side. It's Hamilton ball. You still got to get it in if you're Hamilton. Someone's got to touch it, and Kane does. That'll be it. Buzzer sounds. Hamilton wins 84-77, and the Continentals on a 2-game win streak taking down a very, very talented St. John Fisher side.
I mean, absolutely exciting game here in the Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse.